needs did you have that caused you to need a new nurse call system?
So previously we had like a push to alert system. So you pressed a button, there was a light outside of the room. We did have a console that was at the nurse's station that at one time probably had some features on it, but it no longer really did. So we were looking for a system that was kind of a all-encompassing system, so we would go to one place and be able to kind of kill multiple birds with one stone.
What's the best thing about the nurse call system that makes your life easier?
I think for us, it was a system that, like Tracy said, it met our needs. It was no longer just a push to alert system. It has some different features that allows different audible tones, so the bedside staff are aware when they hear that tone or a different light that maybe what that patient needs. Allows us to be a little bit more proactive with our care delivery. It also integrates with our Vocera, which is our communication device here at our organization. And so things can come across there that's very specific. What does the patient need, including even our bed had alarms if the patient's attempting to get out of bed. That can come across so the techs and the nurses already kind of know before they even go in the room. They can also interact with the patient from the nurse's desk, which we did not have that feature before, which is also very helpful.
I think one of my main things that I really enjoyed the most is that we are able to integrate with our electronic medical record as well. And so that's a huge bonus for staff that, they're working really hard. They don't always have time to go to multiple computers and sign in and get to where they need to go. So they can do things such as our hourly rounds. We've set that up to where they can go, do their hourly round, document it through the system, and then just go back to the computer and validate that afterwards.
Have you noticed with the new technology that it has made your job and the staff more efficient and more patient-focused?
Yeah, I think it goes back to what I just said about the integration. They're able to give their attention to the patient. They're not going in to sign into a chart or into a computer. They're able to go in, look the patient in the eyes, communicate with them, and then when they step outside the door, they can document that hourly round. It also really helps with the environment and the clutter that we've seen in our environment. Such as we used to have magnets everywhere that say NPO or different things like our PIP is like keeping them up and that they're could choke. So we need to keep the bed up. And so those things all are shown on that item outside of the door. So we're able to see that instead of having multiple magnets and pieces of paper everywhere.
I would agree. The same. There's orders that come across for isolation orders, fall risks. So I think it's also it's helped make us more efficient in the timers that we can set for turns, vital signs, and those timers we can see that at the patient's door, and also again communicates with our Vocera device as well.
With the newest and best in healthcare technology, does that help you recruit or retain medical staff?
Yeah, I think it's always a good recruiting tool. When you come in, you see that we have state-of-the-art items, and knowing that really that's to make the nurse's job easier and more efficient. That's always something that we like to bring up.
What would you tell others about STL Communications and our service?
I would say, to me, a lot of it goes back to the actual STL team, Joss and David, that we worked with very closely. Were very hands-on, very personable, available for us. They made the technology piece easy to understand from a nurse's perspective. I know we all speak our own language, and they tolerated all my crazy questions. And they still are they're very much a resource. I feel like I can reach out to Joss or David at any time, and they help answer questions, troubleshoot. So I think really it's the personal aspect in the team. And then definitely having that technology at the fingertips of our patient care team is invaluable. It allows them to be at the bedside where they need to be with their patients instead of at the computer.
Yeah, and I would echo that as well. And Josh has been instrumental in our implementation, and he didn't just disappear after we implemented, which has been really nice. Also, from an administrative perspective, I would just say that this is a system that we can customize and fit my need rather than having like a cookie cutter system. And so I've really been impressed with the fact that, you know, they work with our EMR system, they work with our Vocera system, they work with those systems, and they've done that research in the past. So that's been really nice from just my administrative position here.